National Football League on EA Sports. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense, we're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends. But come game day, there is no question.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. This one taken at the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
He'll drop to throw. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a first carry for their running back. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll try the right side this time. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
Quick throw, taken in, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along, but that's a good 3 points to start this game.
This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
And he's coming off a game where he's pretty much held in check for the majority of the contest. He had a couple nice throws here and there, and I think that's what gives this team hope that he is the quarterback for the future, Mike, because when he's on, it looks like big boy football. The problem is they just don't see it enough. He didn't get into any sort of established rhythm, never found the end zone, and of course he had the one interception. I think today, get him off to a good start, get an idea of what...
He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there. On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
Oh, but he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. But Caps offense ready to see the football for the second time. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Here's the toss as they look to run. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line. It is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This fielded inside the 35. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now, faking the give. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact. And forcing 3rd down. Back to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. They get 19 on that pass play. That's enough for a first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
To the air now on 1st and 10.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw yet again. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. They'll look to throw again. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. The return starts from the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Caps offense ready for this next possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They'll pick up 23 on that one, and that will be a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Take a look here at those receiving numbers from his game a week ago. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. A quick throw. That's complete on the slant.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design. Sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That's his 2nd catch on the drive. This one is good for 20 yards. They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. This one complete right side. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. 1 quarter in the books. 7-3 is our score. More from the International Series in London after this. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here. And there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Now they'll set up to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Complete to number 88. A gain of 14 yards. And the first down.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in for the score. So that's his 2nd touchdown of this one. And he's got a half dozen for the year. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
The extra point is good. And the visitors will take a 14-6 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. He fields it at the 8. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Caps offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up third and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. And here comes fourth down. Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for the second time. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's into traffic, but taken in. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
He'll drop to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Now a 3rd and 2. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. The Caps offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle, and a short pickup there. So about the 18. 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. That one incomplete. They can't hook up there. And that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up fourth down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. On comes the punter now, as he'll come on to punt this one away. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense going to take over just before the half. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike, and they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing, and that's the only thing that matters.
So as we come to the half, it is a 5-point game. As we send you back across the Atlantic, early wake-up call for Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Top of the morning, Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern.
And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. The third quarter begins with a run. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Throwing now from the gun. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Just seems like every tight end position. Grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. First down throw there is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
That is 14 for the second time. Back-to-back 14-yard gains and a first down. And he will fight his way to the end zone for the touchdown.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. The PAT, up and good. And the visitors will extend this third quarter lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
Quick hitting slant there. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
And that is incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Now they'll run. It's a counter. And that'll give them a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
It's a gain of 3. And the Brooklyn first down.
They'll stay on the ground. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
Tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Short pass taken in by the tight end.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs. Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Pass interference. Defense.
Two first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. Taking off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
That's caught! And he will score. Has a touchdown. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Now Bass to tack on the extra point. He's got it. And the visitors tack on one more to their lead.
Visitors 28, Pats 9.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
30-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
At the 44-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. That is intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
So now this team's offense about ready to take over once more. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 10-yard line.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
The 7-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
The kick is good. Makes the score. Visitors 35. Cats 9.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. He'll start at the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Finding space at the 40. And he's going to be taken down.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 50-yard line.
So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Second and a yard. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. in trouble, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll try to hit him with a screen. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards.
Defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
A handoff here, up the middle. And he'll be taken down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. Here's a run. Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll go with him again. He'll get a couple, mark him down at the 3. 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down. He'll drop to throw. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown Cats. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least it'll pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Here's Carney now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Patterson now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll stick with him again. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Try to pick this one up on the ground. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Here's 1st and 10. Now this time they'll look to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. Here's 2nd and 9. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
So, 4th down, and out comes the field goal unit. This one from just under 50 yards. Pass's kick is good. And the visitors will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Caps offense ready to get back to work. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one complete right side.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. Quick throw, taken in, and that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Checking it down, this one is caught. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. There's that man again. Another catch. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Quickly to the outside and complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. Trying to set up the screen, but he just had to spike that one. This will be incomplete. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And he's going to have the 1st down. An aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on 4th down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Quick throw here is complete. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining. Talk things over before 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up 1st and goal. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already...
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
This team's offense make their way out to take over once more. This one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now going to try to polish this thing off here in the 4th. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now a give on the ground. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. So it's a win for our visitors. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. Have a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.